All right, folks, let's give a moment of praise to a recent WWE Hall of Famer, former WCW United States and World's Heavyweight Champion. It's technically one of the more recent draws for WWE over recent history. The only person that was giving any semblance of general buzz in under half a decade. Let's give it to Goldberg. I mean, I have, of course, a bit of a fandom for Goldberg, and there's, of course, many infamous stuff about Goldberg. A lot of hatred over for Goldberg from the more hardcore fan base, supposedly now thinking that he's deserving of uh getting over off younger talent, or at least being a Hall of Famer because of his in-ring style of him squashing majorial jobbers, being the biggest success story out of coming from the NFL, transitioning over from the WWE in short term, and already being like the most profitable part of WCW and WWE, and still pushing 50 and having high profile matches over with Brock Lesnar and being the major reasons to sell out WrestleManias. Like, I don't think there's anything overly wrong with Goldberg's wrestling style, because the guy has dynamic moves that you can understand out of the many other younger guys that you see do seven tope suicidas, many underround Hurricane Ranas, Enziguri super kicks, and meteors, and not getting over because they have no semblance of a presence, a cool factor, any charisma, or interesting promo style that makes them feel like a guy that you want to be like. Like, many could even like X out like, oh, people want to be CM Punk, and I can understand that because CM Punk is actually a prolific and intelligent talker, and has a bit of charisma with him. Any guy wants to like talk out to the man, be uncensored, and like make a star out of himself by saying stuff that many other people want to say. I can understand why people like CM Punk, but I feel like CM Punk can sometimes be a bit of a sore winner or just be a whiner in certain cases. And over most of what I'm hearing is just because CM Punk is a great wrestler. And I'm just saying, all because you're a great wrestler doesn't mean you're the greatest to even be named in a conversation. Like, there's many wrestlers that I see that have the resume to be over in the Hall of Fame, but even if you go to the Hall of Fame, dude, uh, you don't need to know how to do a Northern Lights suplex to get over. That's what made Goldberg at least one of the more mainstream legends that could still work in the company, even though we know that like later on when progressing his career in 2016, he has declined over due to age. That's not his fault. Nobody defeats Father Time. We all know it's going to be inevitable. That Goldberg possibly is not going to keep doing this in half a decade. So, uh, yeah, that's practically what how it's got to be. And I was like mega hyped. And I've been hearing my cousin, because he's a bit older than me, older wrestling fan, that he said that Goldberg was here just a year ago when I just got into wrestling, and he was just hyping over how he beat The Rock, dominating everybody in WWE, beat Triple H a few times, and he was still like a major hype factor because if it was Goldberg, the guy didn't need like an over 10-minute match to tell over a story. We already knew that he was just there to be a massive wrecking ball that was mega over, really cool, had cool moves, looked destructive, and fans wanted to see it. And and hell, most of his matches that you see now are under 15 to 10 minutes. That's the best part. There's guys like the Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, that are like not technical masterminds that could still create reaction and not do suicide dives to prove it. And you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Many other guys can just like punch you in the face and they get a reaction because they have the type of presence and charisma to do it. And yes, there's guys like Macho Man that also have that, but can also give you a great clinic in the ring. But it's guys like Goldberg that's gonna get an extra million people watching, and that's what I think many fans are a bit like upset about for some apparent reason, and possibly men like guys in the business that don't find a liking over with Goldberg because they don't find him like a great enough guy with work rate. Even like Triple H or William Regal like hate outlash over him because how green he technically was in the ring, even though that's not technically that was making the company a success. While like Regal is like a permanent mid carder, and Triple H is now running a TV show that now had to move over a TV like to a Tuesday now because of declining ratings. So yeah, that's practically it. Just a bit of like a few minutes of praise for Goldberg. Hopefully you guys like, comment, subscribe. I know this is not the casual channel to go in a positive light. If you fans are subscribed to me or you at least heard of my content, I go brutally honest, and I don't get that optimistic when it comes to any product that I watch, either if it's Impact, AEW, or WWE. Importantly, AEW and WWE, because I'm not watching NXT. You have to pay me as well to watch Impact. So that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching.